many players were offered to Chelsea this summer. Let me explain to you that it's something absolutely normal to offer players to clubs. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. And today guys, I wanted to reveal to you some deals rejected by Chelsea in the summer, 5 in particular between ins and outs, but also one Bissaka and Declan Rice, something to share. Let's jump into it together. And so guys, it was a very busy summer for Chelsea. We know that their project is for long term, that it's gonna take time, that they decided to bring in players who are very young, and so it's gonna take time for the club and for Mauricio Pochettino to build the squad, to refresh the squad and to have results, but for sure the idea of Pochettino is to win as soon as possible. And in terms of deals, many players were offered to Chelsea this summer. Let me explain to you that it's something absolutely normal to offer players to clubs. So this is basically the job of many agents or intermediaries. And many deals were proposed to Chelsea in terms of ins and outs. For example, what I can tell you is that Marcelo Brozovic, before joining Al Nassr, was one of the players offered to Chelsea in some initial conversation they had with Inter for Andre Onana. If you remember, Onana, before joining Man United, was offered to Chelsea at the beginning of June as a possible name to include in conversations between Chelsea and Inter, with Koulibaly, who was top target for Inter. At the end, Chelsea decided not to proceed for Brozovic and he joined Al Nassr, and also Kalidou Koulibaly for Inter was no longer a target because it was impossible to match the bid he received from Saudi. So that's the story, but Brozovic was a possibility. Marco Verratti was also a possibility. Verratti was basically discussed with many clubs around Europe, but then because of the salary and also because PSG wanted really important money, something close to 45 million euros package for Marco Verratti, the decision for Chelsea was to go for different kind of midfielders in terms of skills, but also in terms of age, because they wanted Caicedo and Lavia for present and future of the club, and also they already had Enzo Fernandez in that position, and also Dusan Vlahovic. We know that Vlahovic was offered in the month of July and Chelsea said no. Then in August, Chelsea decided to think about that in a swap deal for Romelu Lukaku, but Chelsea decided against paying 40 million euros plus Lukaku for Dusan Vlahovic. Also, Mauricio Pochettino was not convinced about this deal, so not just the board, but also the manager decided against the Vlahovic deal. But also for some potential outgoings, because for Armando Broja in the final 2 weeks of the transfer window, AC Milan approached Chelsea over potential loan deal with a buy option or maybe obligation, so they wanted to discuss that deal, but the decision from Chelsea was to keep Armando Broja at the club, wait for Armando Broja, and to have Nico Jackson and Broja in the squad for that position. And also Levy Colwill, we know about Brighton of course, but also Liverpool wanted Levy Colwill. Liverpool were prepared to make an important proposal for Colwill in case they had a green light from Chelsea, but that green light was never a possibility because Chelsea, since day one of the transfer window, made it very clear not possible to negotiate for Levy Colwill. He's staying, and at the end he extended the contract, but Liverpool were really appreciating Levy Colwill as a possibility. And then guys, I wanted to touch also on Declan Rice, just to tell you that the feeling of those close to Declan Rice and the people into the club at Arsenal is the same. Rice is super happy with his choice to join Arsenal. He had many possibilities. We know since January, February, March when he entered into the process for his summer transfer, including Manchester City. Man City made a very important proposal. Declan Rice decided to join Arsenal, and let me say that from what I'm hearing, the feeling between Arsenal and Rice is super positive. Arsenal believe that Rice is going to be an Arsenal player for many years. So a possible crucial player for the club for many years. But also Declan Rice is very happy with the manager Arteta, with the teammates, with life into the club, with the project, with Edu, the director who presented the project. So the feeling is excellent between Declan Rice and Arsenal, and this is important always to check on these big deals of the summer, as we already said for Jude Bellingham and Real Madrid, now for Declan Rice and Arsenal. And also for Manchester United fans, we will enter into the situation in a difficult moment for Man United with a new video very soon, but I wanted to update also on Wan-Bissaka because the conversations between Man United and Wan-Bissaka's camp over new deal are ongoing. The agreement is not done yet over new contract, but the conversation is on, and so it's a possibility for Man United and Wan-Bissaka to continue together and to extend the contract. And so guys, let me know your thoughts on players rejected by Chelsea, on outgoings rejected by Chelsea, but also Bissaka, Declan Rice. I wait for you in the comments. Like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon with Fabrizio. Ciao.